Like I said, this is the Uncle Gene segment of the show. So when a girl wrote me in and she said what she said, then I said to her, I'm not gonna say your name. I'm not gonna do any of that stuff like that. I'm gonna tell you what I would tell my own daughter, and what I told my own daughter. You gotta better yourself. You gotta do what all you can in your life to make you as best as you can be. And if a dude come into your life and he's not to your convenience, he can't be to your pleasure. Because a man going to make himself convenient to a woman when he want to be with that woman. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And number two, what that nigga won't do, 10 more like him will. I'm not telling you to date him. I'm not telling you let him stick dick in you. I'm not telling you to do none of that. But what that nigga won't do, and this goes for the men to the women too, what they won't do, 10 more like him will. Number three, they run like buses, planes, trains. You miss one, you catch another one. And last but not least, you never like something so much that you can't do without. Make sure that you better yourself and you fuck up. It's all right to fuck up. Don't fuck down. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That's my Uncle Gene segment of the show. I'm gonna show you these Simon croquettes, and we're gonna get into this storytelling. Y'all like those croquettes? Can y'all see them? Can you see them? I know y'all don't want to see me eat this shit, but I am. I hate me. Woo! All right. Somebody asked me to tell a story about Fonzworth Bentley. You understand? Fonzworth Bentley was one of Puff's personal assistants. You see him on all that gentleman shit. He had a show called The Gentleman and everything like that, which he should have never got because he wasn't a gentleman. You know, all that old front and shit that y'all see on television and stuff like that. You know, ain't nothing that worse. I hate worse than a motherfucking liar and a thief. He got his name from Tony De Niro. You see that thing, that song, We Ain't Going Nowhere? You understand? You see that video, We Ain't Going Nowhere, shit like that. The dude was playing the guitar. That's Tony De Niro. He the one that put Puff on the Cali chicks. You understand? Tony De Niro had girls from all over the world. You know, he'll play in his own right back in the day. So now he was telling Puff he needed a new image, you know what I'm saying, after all that shine shit and shit like that, you know. So now Fonzworth Bentley comes involved in it. But his name wasn't Fonzworth Bentley and none of that shit. That Tony De Niro said, we got to give you a name. Because you got to be like a butler / flashy, fly, you know, personal assistant and everything like that. Giving his whole spiel to this kid. We sitting outside and I'm just listening to them. I say, this motherfucker gonna get it, let these motherfuckers give him a name and everything like that. So he going with this shit like crazy. So he said, yo, you gotta be like Fonzworth, like a butler or something like that. He said, oh, but then you got to be like Bentley too. You know, smart, sarcastic, all this shit like that, because you black and everything like that. You know, then it seemed like a light bulb hit him and say, yeah, that's what we're going to call you, Fonzworth Bentley. And that's how he got that name. But Fonzworth Bentley wasn't a gentleman at all, because gentlemen don't steal. And this is how we caught this nigga stealing. Jennifer Lopez had some boots come to Puffy house when she was overseas somewhere. And I think these boots had cost about $2,000, $3,000. I can't imagine no boots costing that much. But you understand, I know it's happening because I bought shoes for $800. They was Maury's, and I bought some Devazettes for $1,200. You understand? But they was fitted on my feet. That's when I was getting it. So Jennifer said, yo, I had them come to your house. They already showed me the thing that they came to your house. So everybody was on some, yo, Puff was like, yo, niggas stealing from me, niggas taking out here. Because Puff, let you have free ram through the house when you came in there. And this is when he was living, he had a building over there on 74th and Park Avenue. So we looking through all this shit like that and stuff like that. Nobody claiming and nothing like that. So one day, I guess Puff said, yo, y'all niggas go to that nigga house. And Paul and some other cats went in there. Paul and them went over to Bentley's house. Because, see, if I come to your house, I'm beating the shit out you. If you stealing, I don't give a fuck who you are. If I'd have caught the shit, I'd have beat the shit out. I took my belt out. I don't give a fuck what kind of man you think I'd have embarrassed you just like you was a child. You thieving, roguish ass bastard. We go over that motherfucker. They find the motherfucker's boots and all kind of shit Puff had in boxes and everything like that this nigga done took. But he got a gentleman show. Okay? Brandon Ogburn, what's going on? Let me get a shout out to my man Todd in North Carolina. He does financial planning and shit like that. And he does the stock market. He's coming out with a book, how you can learn how to do the stock market too. I just thought about that shit. I'm going to put my daughter on there because she be trying to, spend a little money and do some shit up like that. Nell Santiago was good. Some nigga got his name Tupac. Cool. Yep. Alberto, what's happening? King T was good. So you see now I did the salmon croquettes. I took 2 cans of salmon, 3 large eggs. I mixed some red peppers, red onions, white onions, and green peppers. Put them all in this mixture. Teaspoon of black pepper. Teaspoon of sazon. About a 1/2 cup of seasoned breadcrumbs. Mixed it all together. Put the breadcrumbs, the flour, and the cornmeal all together on this pan. Rolled it up like I showed y'all. Put it in a ball and put it in there. Y'all, can y'all do me a favor? I got 1,000 people in here, and I got like 711 likes. Can y'all just bring the likes up a little bit for me so people can watch this shit? Mr. 76, Dolo, Bossy Boss. Yo, that Simon is crazy right there. Wiggy Wiggy, what's going on? TW, SJ Sam, D Miller. Major Zuki. Guess that's what it is. I'm sorry, this shit is fast. I guess niggas see me saying motherfucker's name, just start typing real quick and everything like that. Ty, what's going on? Andrea Harris. All right. So now, like I told you, the March 9th show is going to be about the biblical betrayal of Biggie. Because when you hear the story, it's going to remind you the same way Christ got, you know what I'm saying? You know, with the disciples, Mary Magdalene, with Herrick, you know, going into Jerusalem. You know, California was big Jerusalem. The Junior Mafia was his disciples. The nigga Puff was his demon, his devil. And somebody was his Judas. That's enough for that. Had to be in that studio too long to give it to you now. All right. Now, the day I heard Big call Puffy Diddy. Some of y'all who follow me may have heard this story before because I did a whole program on this whole shit. And I did the program, you know, I showed the little monkey, I showed the whole thing, and the shit was crazy. Me and Rock had a conversation in the back of a studio in California. We was in California at the time. And I was telling him not to, you know, come to none of the parties or nothing like that. He was saying they ain't going nowhere, you know. I'm not going to get into much about this because this is a part of the March 9th show. Well, anyway, so I told Rock, me and Rock did something. I told Rock some things and everything like that. He gave me his hand as a man, said that he wasn't going to share it with nobody. And then he went back and he shared it with Big. So Big told Puff what it was. You'll find out on March 9th. So then I looked at Big and I said, Big, you saying that shit? So why don't you tell Puff that you wrote Lil' Kim's shit? And if you watch that title shit, D-Rock just admitted to it, see? He said Big wrote 4 albums. If you count Lil' Kim, you count Junior Mafia and everything, he wrote 4 albums. D-Rock just admitted that on that title show. But I guess he wasn't counting double CD because he actually wrote 5 and you count the double CD. So now, he didn't say Lil' Kim didn't write none of it or some of it, but he alluded to the fact that he wrote 4 albums. You know, he wrote Lil' Kim album. So now he says that, you know, he told me the same thing too about the Lil' Kim shit. So I said, Big, oh, so you telling on niggas to Puff? You saying shit like that to Puff? And it was talking about me. I said, so why don't you tell him you wrote Lil' Kim album? And Puff jumped up out of his motherfucking seat and got in Big face. Yo, you did what? Say it. I dare you to say it. I dare you to say you wrote Lil' Kim album. Come on, say it. Yo, Gene, he told you that? I said, yeah, that's what he said to me. Right, Big? And Big was rolling the joint. He had a pad just like this, but it was yellow. He was rolling the joint. Charlie Baltimore was in front of him, and then he started looking like this. One eye went that way, the other eye went that other way, and niggas started doing like this. Yo, go ahead with that shit, Diddy. Go ahead with that, Diddy. He said, just tell me you wrote it. Tell me you wrote it. I dare you. Tell me you wrote it. And that's when Big had told me, he had told me prior to this about the publishing and the marketing, and that Puff had owned, you know, a big part of his publishing and part of his marketing. So he just, Puff was jumping around. Big said, go ahead, Diddy. Go ahead, Diddy. All right. So now, I knew who Diddy was. Puff goes out the room. I say, I see how y'all running y'all mouth and everything. And he said, oh, Gene, go ahead with that shit like that. I say, so you call him Diddy, who you, donkey? Because Big was the type of nigga, he always want to joke and he want to talk about motherfuckers, how the Junior Mafia have motherfuckers around laughing. So you had to be able to go back at that motherfucker. And I was one of the people that, listen to me. I'm going to go back at you, especially on the joke shit, because that's all we used to do growing up, is snapping on a motherfucker. So I'm going to go back at you, especially when you got, I don't give a fuck how fly you got, because I'll be like, yo, you see me? Can you see me? I'm over here. Because this nigga, yeah. So that's the day. And if you go back, Diddy Kong was Donkey Kong's little nephew. And you get to the end of the game of Donkey Kong, the little Diddy Kong will run out. So that's where he got that name Diddy. It was about a little monkey. But I think he go by Brother Love now. He went from damn Diddy to Donkey. I mean, from Diddy to Love. All right. So, listen. Y'all got my Cash App. Y'all got my PayPal. Thank you guys for coming and, experience a little time. I hope you like the recipe of the salmon croquettes. See that? Smell like fish, but it tastes like chicken. Thank you for spending your time with me. Hey, go check me out on that Beat 139, and I swear you're going to learn more about me than you ever known about me and stuff like that. Happy Valentine's Day to all you women. I hope y'all like the section of the Uncle Gene show segment. I gave this young lady my personal feelings on her getting herself together and not worrying about niggas until she get herself together. Because if you get yourself together, people to your status, what I'm saying, is going to find you, or you're going to find them. King Ali, what's good, boy? Robin Hen, Divine Express, Evolve Man, Jesse Woodlawn, 83 Mills, Trap Videos. My man Alex overseas. Much love, brother. Peace. Hey, yo, and not the last but not mentioned, man, I just got a copy of that new K Slate joint. If you want to listen to hip hop that's old school, new school, and you can understand every word everybody's saying, and there's young rappers, you got Lil Wayne, you got Papoose, you got a lot of motherfuckers on there. You got my man Bun B, you got what's my man Mano. It's real hip hop, and he did a great job mixing the old school and the new school, and keeping it up. But listen here, thank y'all for y'all time. Thank y'all for being here on the Cooking and Conversation show. If I wait one more minute, we got 1 hour in, and you know my motto: if you don't like what I'm doing, fuck you and feed you beans. Peace. I don't know what happened. I don't know if people watching me. This shit is stupid, man. I gotta learn this shit. This shit is crazy.